Do backpack vacuums live up to the hype? It's a great question, and we're going to talk about the pros and cons of backpack vacuums today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by Drain Easy, which is a company that has an alternative to pouring those heavy chemicals that we use down our drain to unclog our drains. So this is an environmentally friendly product that is a pack of 8 Drain Easy pieces. Now, the pieces come in a package like this, and you'll see that they go all the way down your pipes. Here's how it works. There's a piece of plastic that is disposable, and it comes with all these little fingers on it. And so you slide that down the drain, and you leave this part with the little handle above your drain, and you just leave it. It lives inside your drain. And so every day when you wash stuff down your drain, it catches on these little fingers and it keeps it from going down into your drain. And then once a month or so, when your drain clogs up and the water is slow to back up, you simply pull this out of your drain and it pulls all of the hair and the gunk and the grime that has gone down into your pipes. You pull that out and you simply throw it in the trash. Now, we have discovered by using these that if you turn them around backwards and you rinse them off after you've emptied them, they're actually reusable for a couple of times. So when the water is running, you can slide it back down your drain and use it again. So these are inexpensive, and I will leave links in the show notes to where you can buy these. Like I say, they come in a pack of 8, and so that should be one for every sink in your house, and you can give it a try. So if you have teenage daughters and they have that long hair and it's always going down the drain, this is an amazing way to not be pouring gallons of chemicals down your drain. You simply use the little reusable piece of plastic, which is in fact recyclable. So there you have it. Drain Easy. Thanks for sponsoring today's show. Okay, on to today's question, which is about backpack vacuums. Are they worth the hype? Well, it's a really interesting question, and it's going to come down to personal preference. Again, with any vacuum, the one that's best for you is the one that you're going to use on a regular basis. So if you are a homeowner, you may not want to use a backpack vacuum because it's more really for commercial, probably, or industrial use. Now, there are house cleaners that use them as part of their business. And usually they are used in teams of 2. So there's one person that is specifically designated to just doing the vacuuming. Because if you're a solo house cleaner, to take it on and off becomes a little bit cumbersome going from room to room. But if you have one person and that's their only job, when they're done is they do all the vacuuming and they vacuum the whole house, it becomes very easy to do and it shaves a lot of time off the vacuuming process. All right, so what are the pros and cons? First, I should tell you that I belong to a group of professional house cleaners, and there are over 6,700 professional house cleaners from around the globe. And over the last year, we've had multiple conversations on backpack vacuums. And so this is a compilation of all of the findings from that group, and I have links in the show notes to the best backpack vacuums with the best warranties that they recommend that they use. So here is what we found. The pros to having a backpack vacuum is, like I said a minute ago, it shaves a lot of time off the vacuuming process. So instead of you pushing and pulling a vacuum, you get to just have it on your back and you get to go through and do it all at once. So imagine out raking a yard where you're doing all this movement where you're raking and it's all your body movement moving the rake, as opposed to having a blower strapped on your back where you just blow the leaves and it goes so much easier. Yes, it's physical labor for both of those tasks, as it is with vacuuming, but the one strapped to your back is going to go a lot quicker. So if speed is what you're looking for, the backpack vacuum absolutely wins this vote. All right, one of the cons of having a backpack vacuum is that when you're wearing the backpack vacuum, if you turn sideways, your body is only widthways about that big, right? And you strap on a vacuum attachment to that, which is a great big canister on your back. Instead of your body being this wide, now your body is like this wide. And so you have to take into consideration the space around you. As you're moving about and you're vacuuming, it's easy to bump into a wall or a mirror that could easily shatter and break because you don't see what's behind you and you know how far you have behind you and the tables. It's easy to back into a lamp or something like that that then goes crashing to the floor. So the con to the backpack vacuums is that it's like you're a bull in a china shop. You have to be incredibly careful about your surroundings so you don't go bumping and knocking into things. All right, one of the cons to the backpack vacuum is that instead of rolling a regular vacuum around on people's carpets, what happens then is you're rolling the wheels of your vacuum over dust and hair and dog hair and whatever that are in other people's houses. Then when you go to the next house, you have to clean the exterior of your vacuum so that you don't wheel all of that onto the next person's carpet. So for sanitary reasons, having it on your back leaves it all right there on your back. And so you're not running that over people's carpets. Now, the head piece that actually goes on the floor, yes, you are, and that you will have to clean. But the whole vacuum itself, the wheels that's not on someone else's carpet. So that's one of the pros. All right, one of the cons to the backpack vacuum is that when you strap a vacuum, which is a machine, on your back, it heats up. And so as you're going around vacuuming the floor, especially in the summertime, you've got a backpack on your back. That's like wearing a backpack in the middle of the summer. It gets really hot and sweaty, and now you're sweating profusely because you're already moving about really quickly, just being a house cleaner. Now you times that by having a piece of equipment on your back, and now it's just that much hotter. So hot, sticky, sweaty, not a fan of the people that use it. All right, so those are a couple of pros and cons to the backpack vacuums. The recommendation for people using backpack vacuums is that you use them for commercial use, because in tight spaces, if you have small hallways and small closets, you're not going to fit inside there with the canister on your back. One of the pros is that if you're going up a flight of stairs, it's so much easier than carting the big upright vacuum up the stairs with you. So it's great for things like stairs. It's great for things like wide hallways, not so great for tiny spaces. So there are pros and there are cons. There are people that absolutely love them and there are people that totally hate them. And so it's really a personal preference depending on what you like best. And I've got links in the show notes to a video on how to wear a backpack vacuum properly if you're going to use one for your business. Alrighty, so that's it for today. This is just a little bit about the backpack vacuums and should you consider one. Some people say yes, some people say no. Alrighty, so until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.